Hello, welcome to day 14 of 40 days of training videos. Today I'm talking about how to train your taste buds. And I was reminded of this because I'm sitting here in Starbucks parking lot with my double tall whole milk cappuccino. And I just was thinking about the progression of my taste buds. And so when I used to not like coffee at all. And when the very first one I had was at Houlihan's, and they made it with ice milk, which is basically ice cream. So it was super sweet. And I thought, oh, this is pretty good. So I started drinking them and then started making my own lattes at home, always sweetened. And I think when the Starbucks craze hit, my drink of choice was caramel macchiatos. So sweet caramel syrup, whipped cream, caramel on top, just a big old sugar fest. And I started to get a little wiser and not drink those all the time. And then I switched to lattes with Splenda. And I used to have a triple grande, 2 Splenda latte. And then I, wanted to get off the artificial sweeteners, so I switched to raw sugar. Same thing, triple grande, 2 raw sugar latte. And I remember once the barista, this was after I had been doing the raw sugar for a while, the barista made a mistake and she put Splenda in my latte instead of the raw sugar. And I drank it and I was like, oh, this is awful. I can't believe I used to like this. And that was the first realization I had that we could really train our taste buds. And so I continued on the 2 raw sugar thing for a while. And then I went on this 21-day sugar fast. And I kind of did it hardcore. I did no sweets, no sugar, no artificial sweeteners of any kind, but I didn't want to give up coffee. So I would have my coffee black, and I even gave up the lattes because of the milk lactose. And I thought that's still like a sweet, so I just went all hardcore and just went straight black coffee or black espresso. And when the 21 days were up, I thought, okay, I can have it again. And I thought, do I want to? Because I'd kind of gotten accustomed to drinking things without it. So I thought, well, maybe I don't want to. And I played with it a little bit. I tried some, and I thought, you know what? I don't like it any better with it than without anymore. And I realized I had retrained my taste buds. And I thought, this is important. And I wanted to share it with you because there's a few lessons here that I learned, at least. And the first was that I didn't have to have sweets in the house all the time. And I could live without them, and so could my family. They did very well on that sugar fast. And in fact, my husband told me, Julie, just don't buy them anymore. If they're not in the house, we're not going to eat them. And I've learned this with my daughter as well. I stopped buying juices. If I have juice in the house, that's always going to be her preference, and she'll drink that first. But if I don't have it in the house, she drinks water and prefers it. So I just wanted to put this out there because I hear a lot of times people say, oh, I just can't have coffee without sweetener, or I just can't drink just plain water, or I just can't. And I think before we can retrain our taste buds, which probably, if I had to think about it, this would be the single most important thing to train, because this makes such a huge impact on our health and on our life, to retrain our taste buds towards the ideal of eliminating sugar and artificial sweeteners, and just sticking with pure plain water and coffee and an occasional cappuccino, I guess, if you're not lactose intolerant. But it pointed out a couple of things to me. One was that we have to be willing. If we don't believe it's possible, it won't be. And I think the thing I want to encourage you to do is get rid of the can't. And maybe make it, I'm not ready yet, or something like that. That's a little bit more empowering than I can't, because I think our strength comes not from the things that we can do, but from the things that we thought we couldn't. And I know those are the things that I'm most proud of in my life, and also the things that have made the biggest impact and the biggest change. So that's my encouragement to you is give up can't and change it to maybe not ready yet. And let me know in the comments whether or not, you struggle with this. Have you played this game of retraining your taste buds and weaning yourself off of sweeteners or artificial sweeteners, and how's it worked? And I don't know, just want to hear from you. What do you think? I'll talk to you tomorrow.